guys, welcome to our channel. We're here again on one of our Never tracks. This is going to be track 6. So it's a beautiful day today. So how you feeling?
Good, I feel very positive. This track actually has a board and it's named the track of Green Lakes. So there's going to be a lot of lakes and 2 important places to visit. One of them is a sculpture park a bit further down the road, and one of them is a mansion of Verki.
Yeah, so we're just off the course of a track because we have a few things to see. One of them is a sculpture park we're going to be seeing just off the track. Do you want to tell me about the sculpture park?
Well, we'll see about the sculpture park. The important thing to say is that we're in the neighborhood called Santariškės, and the big building that you just saw is a university hospital of Santariškės, kind of probably the main one in Vilnius. So yeah. Yeah.
So like what it is on this track, there is like I said before, there's always a few little things, gems, just off the track. So we're just going to be checking them out now and showing you what we see.
So apparently in the description they said it's a big sculpture park, so we were looking for something a bit bigger, but it's actually in front of the hospital. These 2 sculptures to commemorate Lithuanian kings and rulers. That's the sculpture park we were looking for.
Yeah. We would have thought it'd be right here at the hospital.
Yeah.
I thought it'd be like at a park, like you said, or something. But they're very impressive. They're very tall. I'm not sure if you can see how tall they are in real life.
So the one behind us is for a king, the only king of Lithuania, Mindaugas. And let's check the other one, but it looks like for Vytautas, but so I need to double check. Yeah, I was right. This is for Great Duke of Lithuania, Vytautas. So they're pretty tall, pretty impressive, aren't they? And I see there's some sculptures a bit closer to the hospital, so we're gonna check them out too.
Here we have right behind us, we have a Never statue behind us of a baby. The saying of it is don't wake up the sleeping ones. So I think this is commemorating the babies who passed away unfortunately at this hospital. So, yeah, there's a lot more statues around, so I'll show you some cool stuff around here.
And behind me there's an alley of professors, since this is a hospital of university, so it's directly connected with the university studies of medicine. Doctors come to have here practice and to maybe do some research, so I guess this is to commemorate all the professors that worked here. So these big tall cross-like poles are actually made following the tradition of Lithuanian cross-making. So back in the day, every house, and especially the house that was a single house, not in a village, would put up this cross pole decorated with some like national patterns, and it would be a cross, usually with like Jesus or Virgin Mary. So this is like a contemporary version of it. So I don't know about the other 2 because I can't see that far, but this one looks like it has a sculpture of Jonas Basanavičius, one of the famous doctors of the 19th and 20th century, who was also one of the activists for Lithuanian independence. So he's both political and scientific figure. So behind me there's another sculpture of Vincas Kudirka. He was the author of the lyrics of Lithuanian anthem and also editor of a newspaper called Varpas, which means a bell. So he has a bell there. So it was a resistance newspaper in the early fights for independence in 1917, 1918.
And they're very impressive, and we also got another one more sculpture just ahead of us, so we're going to check this one out and see what that's about. Okay, and here it is, one of our last sculptures. This sculpture here is right behind us. Not sure how good you can see it because it's, I don't know how good quality it is, but right behind us here is a sculpture of Jesus, as you can tell. And this is a popular one here for Lithuanians. They always like to use the sculpture of Jesus. This is really just to show like a bit of a sorrow with a sorrow face, it's just like that. So so this is what it is. I will advise, yeah, if you're on this track, definitely check these out. They're really impressive actually. I really like the tall ones. But yeah, all of them are very cool actually. Let's see what there is. Here is a regional park. We just came across one of these signboards. It looks like there's a lot of interesting stuff to see. What will we be seeing here?
So one is of course the mansion that we are going to see. So it's a bit off track, but it's marked as an important place. And a couple of more places marked. Okay, this is, so we will be seeing a lot of lakes. So these lakes are actually protected, like nature protected nature spots. And third.
Oh, it looks like we went here before with those remember those pilgrimage houses? Yeah, we was here. This is the same bridge, I think. We was here.
Yeah, but we are not going there. So about the mansion. So where the mansion is now, there used to be a pagan temple and in 1387, after Lithuania became a Christian country, it was given to a church.
Here we are, just walking along the road. It goes right back, and actually right here we have a sign right up here.
So I guess we won't get lost today, hopefully.
We have something interesting. I wonder what it is. It looks like a church or something, I don't know. We'll check it out.
No, it's not a church definitely, but it's not the mansion that we're looking for, so we'll check it out.
This is really impressive. I like yeah, like how they have these pillars at the front of the building. No idea what this is. No clue. I have no idea. It looks like animals used to live here at some point. Very impressive.
On top of the building they had like a thing that turns in the wind, shaped like a horse, so maybe it was a horse riding place.
Yeah, it even smells like it.
Mm. So we are about to enter the territory of Verkiai Park, and there's a few boards telling the history. So as I mentioned before, this used to be at first the pagan place of worship. Then it was given to a Christian church, and then at the second half of the 18th century there was a big project to build a mansion with a huge park designed with nice fountains and plants. So we'll see what's remained from the park, but it's still a very popular place to visit. And the park and the mansion were designed by the best architects of that time. belongs to the Botanical Institute of Vilnius University, and it used to be like this in Soviet times as well. So part of this park is taken care of Botanical Institute today.
I can smell food.
I don't know if it works as a walk-in place.
So, well, sad news. They only do food for weddings and celebrations here. But they did say there is a place not far from here where we can eat like a meal or something, he said.
Meal house.
Meal house. So we have to check it out because we do need to eat because we have this is a long track and we need a lot of energy for this walk. So let's just try to find somewhere to eat, and check out some more palaces. I remember on my last tracks I was saying Vilnius is like a park. Well, I wouldn't lie, it's full of like surprises and adventures. There's like lakes, there's good food, good traditional Lithuanian food.
Yeah, well, this one was very unexpected to find a water wheel, as a restaurant on our track. A bit of it, of course, but crazy. I hope it's open.
Yeah, fingers crossed. Let's check it out.
Had our food now and we're heading back to the palace mansion, but here, as you can see, there's the main river Neris, and there's a sign here saying that there's an ecological way, Uper, not Uber but Uper. Upe is a river in Lithuanian, so it's a play of words. So basically there should be a way to get across the river on some kind of a floating thing, so we will go check out. And on the other side there's a second beach of Valakampi, second beach of Vilnius. So yeah, it's pretty close if you know how to cross the river. So we'll see if there's anything there to cross.
So this is where we would get the boat.
Well, yeah, it should lead us to the boat, but it's an extreme way.
Look at the water. The water actually comes out. Oh, that's scary. What's on? You okay? Oh, that's a bit loose, that is. What do you see? Whoa! Whoa, look at this. So this is what they would do. They would come from here. They would wait for the boat. What was it called?
Uper.
They would wait for the Uper boat to come, and they would get picked up here, and it would just bring them just across. Because what it is that this river, that there's no bridges on this river.
Well, the closest bridge is very far.
Yeah.
Too far.
Yeah. So that's why you would just get a little boat here, and it would just take you across to the river, to just across the side there, where there's a beach there. So looks really cool, but a shame that there's no boats. I don't even know if there is boats running, or maybe for the summer period.
I have a theory. Maybe there's no boat, but the river is just very shallow at this place, and you can just cross it. But it's probably
You can
not
cross it.
true.
Well, we'll try it out in the summer. We just left the park. Unfortunately, we cannot go inside the mansion. We try to ask around, try to check inside, but Yeah, it's not really a place of interest to go inside. It's only outside. What is it taking place now?
Well, now it's a botanical institute there, so I guess people are doing research. And of course there's a restaurant for celebrations, weddings and others.
Yeah, but it's a good place I've been to like check out. Also the nice views, I like the nice views. And the windmill. And actually to let you guys know that the windmill. To let you guys know as well that it's all connected. So the wooden mill, that house, that's like a small house we've seen, and also at the start of the track, all these like buildings are all connected to the park.
Yeah.
So yeah. So now we're carrying on our track. Let's see. Let's see what there is.
It was a very exciting track at the beginning, but now it's just a straight way among in the middle of the woods along the busy road, so there's not much to show you guys.
But there's a sign.
It's showing that we're on the right track.
But I think maybe in the future is to maybe start from the other side, and then you can see the windmill and everything after at the end to get something to eat.
Maybe.
Because after our burger,
yeah, it's hard to move.
let's go, let's burn our calories.
So here we are in the nature park that's all about little lakes, and this one behind me is called Dry Little Lake. So I guess because it's shallow, or I don't know, but it has the name of a dry little lake.
Holy moly, did you see that?
Yeah.
This is one of the most beautifulest woods in Lithuania. Here you would see the trees going so tall and high. Out of all the trees in Vilnius, that these woods are untouched from centuries. Well, it's a national park.
Yeah, but looks to me that they've been actually taking care of the woods in a sense that they cut down the old trees, but we can see a lot of cut down trees, so they make them not too thick as the woods. So I don't know, well, I guess it makes sense for them, but they could be taken care in a different way. They could just leave them, you know? But that's their choice.
Yeah, but it's very nice here.
It is very peaceful, and there's a lot of people coming with cars and children and dogs.
And birds.
Yeah, for a nice walk. So,
Romantic walk.
yeah, it's very nice, peaceful.
Yeah. Do this track with your Lithuanian missus. Well, any missus. No, it's nice. Here we see is one of these nature boards behind us. It tells us what's here in this nature resource.
So they're basically saying that all these lakes have formed like a territory which is very swampy, and it is like this because of very, very long time ago there were ice pieces moving, so the ice melted here, and that's why the land is very moist, and there's a lot of rare plants living here, growing here.
Here we have in front of us is another dry lake. There's quite a few dry lakes in this area, but this one's more impressive because you can actually get close to it. Oh, that looks very impressive. This is a very impressive view, because some of them are very like swampy. You cannot get really that close to them. Yeah, it's very nice, very impressive. So there is we went to Minsk on one of our ventures,
Yep.
And in Minsk they have wine. So no, sparkling wine.
Yeah.
Sparkling wine. This sparkling wine is actually the name of this sparkling wine is called Vilnius. So in Minsk there's a place where you can buy Vilnius, but in wine, sparkling wine. So it's my first time I've heard of it. Could you buy this actually in Lithuania as well?
No.
Can't buy this in Lithuania?
No. Well, as far as I know, no.
We should do more research and see. But we didn't buy any when we was there. But definitely that's something to look out for if you ever go to Minsk, or if you know anyone who sells any. Try it out.
So we saw some kind of a gravestone from far away, and okay, this is very interesting. It says, "Here rests the conscience of human," and it's from Vilnius Nature Park administration. So it's basically to commemorate probably all the horrible stuff that humans have done to nature and forests. So that's pretty interesting. Interesting way to commemorate that, or to raise awareness, I would say.
So where are we?
So I guess we're here at the moment, and we continue. There's a nice loop to make. So we will reach, we will pass the region called Dvarikshi and finish at Verkurieše, and we started all the way there.
It was
so
long
that
woods.
was a long.
It was just woods.
A long.
Had nice lakes.
So we're here. So we're almost done.
Yeah. And we're going to be heading towards a main lake, which is the biggest one on the strike, I think, right?
It's called Balsys, and it belongs to the Green Lakes, one of the Green Lakes.
Yeah, let's check it out. Hopefully it's worth it. Oh look, there's another one of these. We see a lot of these actually on these tracks of flags.
So I guess it's marking some kind of other track.
Oh, so yeah, I just want to give a little recap on our journey and why are we doing this. We're doing this for we're doing this for what? Eh?
For fun.
We're not raising any money. This is not promoted in any way. This is just craziness. Yeah, just for fun. We're doing this for fun because I'm a foreigner living in Lithuania, and I thought like I said, this is like a big park for me, and I really like to explore. This is what this town is about. So we came upon these tracks. How many tracks again is there? 20?
24, I think.
More.
Oh, I lost the count, but
we can't remember what tracks we took or how many there is.
To take.
Yeah.
There's still a lot to take.
So yeah, we have a lot of tracks to make, and these tracks are all around, only just around Vilnius. So we're taking these tracks and seeing what there is really, and try to document our all of our experience.
So when we started taking the tracks, we just saw a few boards outside, but now as the time has moved, we noticed that there's an internet site that has been launched recently, probably, about this tracks called Vilnius Kojams, Vilnius 4 feet. And they have all the maps and all the information about the tracks, but it's not fully updated yet. There's a lot of tracks that have no description yet, and probably still no boards. So with this one we are lucky that there's boards, but on the internet site, when you look it up, there's no information, no proper description of it. So there's still more to do for the organizers of all this project, and I'm not sure that it's actually being done, but at least we have our maps, huh?
Yeah, and yeah, so it's really cool with this website. All the links will be underneath about where the tracks lead us and what tracks you can take. But yeah, let's just finish this track, get some food. One ways to have an accident. These tracks are very dangerous. You can get yourself very bad feet. if you don't wear the right shoes. You get hit by cars and bikes. Oh, it's just a very nice area. There's our signboard here. Oh, I can smell nice flowers. Do you want to see what this is about? Here's a cross. And a nice bridge with a nice small river. Oh, this is what I saw on the map. I told you there was like a river. What would go here? Yeah, I'm really like I really like how the Lithuanians here live in like these towns. Oh, we got one for sale. You can speak to the owner about their property. But some of these locals here, they would live in summer houses. So they have like the main house and like have a summer house. Or I think they have like a house, like a summer house, but they actually live in there in some nice resource like this where there's just forests. It's very nice and peaceful. No city life.
The big lake that we are approaching has actually
Be careful.
its own track. So here you can see a board of it. So yeah.
I think we're going the wrong way. According to the sign, it says that we got to climb up a hill.
In the forest.
I ain't climbing up no hill. I've done a lot of walking as it is.
It's not a hill, it's just a forest.
But what's the lake? I don't see no signs of water. L6. Exhausted. So I see that this track is still not ended yet, and we're nowhere near a lake, it looks like. Yeah, so we just took a track off course in the more of a deeper type of woods, hoping to get to the finishing line and see the lake, hopefully.
So we're still in the woods and following the track, which we lost almost twice. And the big lake, the lake of Balsys, is behind our backs. So the track kind of touches it, but doesn't go right to it. So you don't get a proper view of that. But we're not that sad, because we saw there's another track called the track of Lake Balsys. So we will check it out on a different track. So our path continues through the woods. Fortunately, there's signs now, so let's see where it brings us. It looks like we reached this point where this little circle starts going back on itself. So since we need to plan our trip somehow and get home and get out of here, so we decided to cut it here, because we're just going back. It's again woods,
Yeah.
probably the same. So
We'll find the board. Maybe we'll check if
yeah,
there's a
so there
finishing board.
should be a board like the other end of the track,
And a maxima.
and a maxima. So we deserve an ice cream.
And we're here at the end of our track, and I thought that route ended with some feed at us. If a lot of you don't know what is that. What is it like actually for people who's not drank it before?
It tastes like a kick to your mind,
It's like,
that you can
it's like sparkling
punch
water.
a kick.
Kick with sparkling water.
Yeah.
A very strong sparkling water.